Please remain standing while Maddie Cameron and Mr Bedford perform the national anthem. Due to COVID restrictions, you are reminded not to sing along. Please be seated. I now invite Deegan Wooden up to the podium to recite the Acknowledgement of Country.
Yindamalu Blang Gubula Maan Jilang Waradri Narubang Nai Gubura Yabilinga Gunuana Guala Nina Yagubi Nai Yinyamara Boga Jilang Marbao Yandal Giribu Yinyamarabu Biambumain Bungo Buhu Reyi. I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land, the Wiradjuri Nation, and pay my respects to people past, present and future. We recognise that learning has occurred here for thousands of years and continues this day.
Thank you, Deegan. I'll now hand over our official proceedings to our incoming captains, Brooke Harrison and Oliver Phillips, to officiate the remainder of today's ceremony.
Today we have the opportunity to acknowledge and celebrate student achievement in each of Year 12's chosen subjects. These would usually be conferred at presentation night. However, due to the current situation, they will be conferred today.
We congratulate the following academic award recipients. Please hold your applause until the conclusion of the presentation. I'd like to invite Mr. Fraser to present these awards. Taylor Hackett, first in course, Mathematics Standard 1, highly commended, Design and Technology and Sporting Coaching. Elena Harrison, highly commended, Mathematics Standard 2 and Standard English. Marvin Hutchin, first in course, Metals and Engineering, highly commended, Industrial Technology. Lily May Landrigan, first in course, Agriculture, Investigating Science, Legal Studies and Work Studies. Kiara Longmore, first in course Visual Arts, highly commended Advanced English and Biology. Nicole Magazzini, highly commended in CAFS. Jake O'Rafferty, first in course Music 1, Legal Studies. Eiley Philipsi, first in course CAFS Mathematics Standard 2, highly commended Investigating Science.
Bailey Phillips, highly commended Work Studies. Jasmine Phillips, highly commended Peter HPE in Chemistry. Jamie Wiles, first in course Design Technology, Industrial Technology, Sports Coaching and Standard English. Ellie White, highly commended Mathematics Standard 1. Ethan Witten, highly commended Metals and Engineering. Hamish Wishart, highly commended Music 1 and Visual Arts. Sunny Zhao, first in course Advanced English, Biology, Chemistry, PTHPE and Physics.
I present to you the Year 12 Academic Award recipients for 2020.
We congratulate the following students who are recipients of the Proud and Deadly Awards. Brittany Connolly, Elena Harrison, and Matthew Highmarsh. I present to you the Proud and Deadly Award recipients for 2020. I now invite Mr. Fraser to address the Assembly.
Thank you, Brooke. Ladies and gentlemen, students, special guests that we have out in the audience, at home or wherever you are watching this, welcome to our Assembly this year. A little bit different, but thank you so much for being part of our Assembly to recognise the achievements of our Year 12. This year, 2020, unlike any other year, the year that this year group can remember as their year. I want to acknowledge that today's Assembly is held on Wiradjuri land. Wherever you are and watching this, I'd like to acknowledge that beneath the towns, the buildings and the farms, beneath the concrete and the asphalt we see around us today, the lands and waterways always were and always will be the lands of the First Nations people. I pay my respects to Aboriginal people and to elders past, present and to the emerging leaders. I welcome all to our Assembly today and thank you that you've contributed to the journeys and the decisions that have shaped our Year 12's lives. Thank you wherever you may be watching, parents, carers, family members, mentors, work colleagues, friends, staff and students for your efforts and support. This is a different Assembly than what we thought we would host when this year group sat as Year 11 students last year, thinking forward to what their Year 12 Assembly would look like. Thank you to everyone for your flexibility, your understanding, and your commitment to making the best of a difficult situation. Today, we join together, but apart, to formally say goodbye to Year 12, to acknowledge their success and perseverance, and to pass on our best wishes for their upcoming exams and choices that they will make to set them on the road for their next steps. And to say you have survived Year 12 2020. You have built your strength through struggle. You have developed your resilience through unruly times. You have charted a path through challenge. Through weeks of interruptions, online classes, missing your teachers, losing time on major projects, trying to navigate what the future could be for you, including how to celebrate and recognise your achievements at events like this, you have nearly conquered 2020. A few more weeks of study, of preparation, of climbing those last steps to the top of the mountain. You have become better because of this battle. You have helped each other. You have refined your skills due to the strong relationships you've developed and great support from family and friends. You have overcome like no other Year 12 group, and to that we say congratulations. Let this victory spur you on to greater things. Let this be a moment to reflect and say, I survived 2020, I can handle anything. Let this time be a memory of how you have helped others and made their 2020. Let this be a time that you also thank the people around you in your time of great struggle, that their efforts supported you, sometimes with tough love, sometimes with a caring hug, sometimes with just a great feed and good advice. I'm proud of how far you have come and where you have now set yourselves. I and so many others are privileged to see what achievements this year and are grateful that we've been part of your development. For our school captains and vice captains, thank you for your decision to step up into leadership. From meeting dignitaries, your involvement in official events in Junee, welcoming official guests, governing assemblies, discussing ways to celebrate Year 12, spokespeople for your fellow students. You have performed these tasks asked of you with grace, integrity and maturity. Thank you. Your leadership and positive modelling will be continued through to the next collection of captains and SRC. To the school staff, I acknowledge the role of the early teachers through preschool, your kindergarten and primary school teachers, and to the high school staff, fostering a desire to learn, to be creative, to work hard that has helped you and will be valuable as you continue your journey. To your year advisor, Miss Gagan, as well as past year advisor, Mrs. Anderson, thank you for your decision to support these students and invest in their lives. I also acknowledge the people of Junee Shire, including the many businesses that have supported our students with school-based traineeships and part-time jobs to support them through the years, or that will take them on after exams. The Junee Combined Churches for their breakfast yesterday and prayers for the students. GEO Group Australia for two things specifically, the Youth in Focus scholarships awarded on Australia Day that I encourage students to apply for, in conjunction with the GEO Bressington Scholarship for a male and female achieving the highest ATAR over 65 and moving into tertiary study. Our State Parliament member for Cootamundra, Steph Cook, congratulates each student, providing a certificate for them in their portfolios, and these words of wisdom from Steph. Finishing school is one of those moments in life that is so exciting and yet so daunting. To have reached this important milestone is a wonderful achievement, and you should be incredibly proud of yourselves as you head into your final exams and look to life beyond school. Whatever your plans may be, go forward confidently, knowing that your family, your school, and your local community wish you every success. Yours sincerely, Steph Cook. With all gathered here, and for those watching online, from all the people in your lives that have cared for you, every teacher, friend's parent, coach, mentor, boss, workmate, best wishes. Make proud of yourself and your decisions. Make a difference for people after the great start you've been given. We wish you all the best. Farewell.
Can I ask the official guests to take a seat in the front two rows as we watch a short Year 12 presentation.
have told me, babe, that someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
I was thinking about the bands, I was thinking about the fans. We were underground, loading merch in that 12-passenger van, in a small club in Minnesota, and the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name and a star. Now look at where we at, still growing up, still growing up. I would lay in my bed and dream about what I've become. Couldn't wait to get older, couldn't wait to be some. Now that I'm here, wishing I was still young. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. 'Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Wish I didn't think I had the answers. Wish I didn't drink all of that glass first. Wish I made it to homecoming. Got up the courage to ask her. Wish I would have gotten out of my shell. Wish I put the bottle back on that shelf. Wish I wouldn't have worried about what other people thought and felt comfortable with myself. Rooftop open, and the stars above. Moment frozen, sneaking out and falling in love. Me, you, and that futon. We just begun. On the grass dreaming, figuring out who I was. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. 'Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Never thought we'd get old. Maybe we're still young. Maybe you always look back and think it was better than it was. Maybe these are the moments. Maybe I've been missing what it's about. Been scared of the future, thinking about the past while missing out on now. We've come so far. I guess I'm proud. And I ain't worried about the wrinkles around my smile. I got some scars. I've been around. I felt some pain, I've seen some things, but I'm here now. Those good old days.
You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. I wish somebody would have told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days. I am unwritten, can't read my mind. I'm undefined. I'm just beginning, the pen's in my hand, ending unplanned. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you could not find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one not make mistakes. But I can't live that way. No. Staring at the blank page before you. Open up the dirty window. Let the sun illuminate the words that you could not find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your boots begin. The rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. Staring at the blank page before you. Open up the dirty window. Let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. The rest is still unwritten. I am unwritten, can't read my mind. I'm undefined. I'm just beginning, the pen's in my hand, ending unplanned. Staring at the blank page before you. Open up the dirty window. Let the sun illuminate the words that you could not find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. Yeah. Oh. I break tradition. Sometimes my tries are outside the line. Yeah. We've been conditioned to not make mistakes, but I can't live that way. No. Staring at the blank page.
A representative of each of the school years will now farewell our Year 12 students. Chase Baxter and Chelsea Crowder will now farewell Year 12 on behalf of Year 7 and 8.
On behalf of Year 7 and 8, we would like to wish the Year 12 class of 2020 the very best for their future.
They have provided us with leadership and laughs over the years, and it is time to congratulate them on their school successes.
Let's just take a moment to remember the time not so long ago when Year 8 smashed Year 12 in slide hockey.
But in all seriousness, we wish you well, not just in your exams, but in your futures after school. Thanks, Year 12, and good luck.
Mia Phillips and Jake Van Zanten will farewell Year 12 on behalf of Year 9 and 10.
On behalf of Year 9 and 10, we would like to wish Year 12 all the best for their upcoming HSC exams and life after leaving Junee High. Thank you for being such good role models over the years, particularly helping us through the strange and difficult COVID period. You have shown us what it takes to be successful senior students, and we will use the knowledge you share with us to help us transition into senior school.
Thank you for organising all of the different fundraisers, including dress-up days, bake sales, sausage sizzles, and charging the teachers to park. We will miss you. We'll miss having you around, having someone to chat to, and we'll miss watching you get yelled at by Miss Asmus. We have no doubt that you will be successful in whichever path you choose to take.
Alex Corneliuson and Makita Jenkins will speak on behalf of Year 11 in farewelling Year 12.
Whether you're off to uni, starting a job, or have decided to take a gap year, on behalf of Year 11, we wish you the very best.
We'd like to congratulate you on your many achievements throughout the last 6 years at high school, as well as thank you for the tremendous effort of upgrading the Year 12 room to a much more comfortable environment. All of you have been great role models to JHS, and we wish you all the very best on your exams. We will certainly miss you. Thank you.
Our outgoing captains, Jake and Jasmine, will now respond on behalf of Year 12. They will also present a cheque to Mr. Fraser on behalf of Year 12, fundraising for Mito, the Year 12 chosen charity.
Mr. Fraser, Year 11 and 12, parents and friends. 2020 will not be a year we necessarily look back at with huge amounts of fondness. But in spite of COVID-19 and all the drama it brought, we have survived and maybe even thrived.
Year 12 forces you to mature and grow up whether you like it or not. 2020 made us grow up in ways we wouldn't necessarily have to in any ordinary year. Home learning pushed us pretty hard. We had to be out of bed and ready for learning, manage our time, balance golf and sleep and video games and exercise with actually applying ourselves to study. We came to realise that school is more than just a building. It's our friends, our fellow students, it's our teachers, and we would like to say to those in the year below us, take every opportunity that school provides you with, because as you know, when that's taken away, it's tough.
However, challenges force you to adapt and change, and we have learnt to be resilient and to face our challenges with determination and without too much whinging. Well, sometimes, Belle and Nicole. Our school had changed a whole lot since we were in Year 7. From the witches fighting the smokers' table to the gap being an area where people would meet up. Now the school is a second home to us all, a place where we've all grown and made our countless memories.
One thing we'll never forget is the abundance of insults we received. From Sean resembling a corpse, Taylor labelled as homeless, Nicole with a gangster neck, Kiara being in her own personal bubble, Belle constantly faking illnesses, Jamie receiving countless threats of a punch to the throat, and Hamish never doing anything but doodling. We will always remember
Miss Asmus being frozone across the library during a school lockdown practice to take Belle's phone. The symphonies we received in the library getting shallow sung at us, a cappella version. And Jamie's Snapchat story of the purple cobras during the hockey competition, resulting in a loss to the Year 8s.
The dramatic event of the earwig infestation in Year 8, when Kiara thought taking an acorn from the ag plot would be a good idea. The end result was screaming and standing on tables with earwigs all over the classroom. And we all know the incident in room 1 that drove Stokesy away. Miss Francis never turning up but getting mad if we don't. That's hypocrisy if I ever saw it. Having said this, big shout out to all the staff who kept falling pregnant and ditching us.
Good thing the replacements have been all right, well, somewhat okay. Shout out to Miss Spear, respect. Handsy's super competitive nature, especially for FIFA. Stokesy's Coke cans for the winners and short shorts, whenever, even in winter. Mrs. Gagan's phobia of sport, especially those involving balls. And the times myself and you walked around the school for like 12 months singing Milkshake by Kellis, with Miss Asmus yelling at us down the corridor. I think she was just jealous that we have good singing voices. Ando, that voice, that beard, that brutal physicality, wouldn't you agree, Marvin? We have many mothers, Mrs. Sandra Heffernan playing Mother Duck and making sure we're all doing the right thing, and Mrs. Bunyan, who was the best careers advisor in like the history of ever. Even Tom McAllister was surprised to have been in the game for so long. 20 years, you go, girl.
The emails that go around this school, especially Taylor's complaint about the Year 11s, and she's still mad. I hope you've all read the latest email etiquette from Miss Asmus. Belle's food poisoning when we went to Barambula, that uncooked chicken really scarred her. This also led to the boys bribing Mr. Hand to try and get a few pizzas delivered out there. No one delivered that far. The surf trip. The 2018 one, we will mention, where an old man chased us after some through the caravan car park and Jamie's water bottle tricks were going off. Reese Diggins kicking a football that made the window fall onto Kiara's hand, breaking it. Miss Asmus spoon-feeding us like we're her own kids, but still saying to this day she doesn't have children.
Elena and Jamie's fierce head-to-head challenges in English. And also, where did Miss Patterson go? And did Sonny even make it? We did tell him a 5 a.m. start, just to be cautious. We wish we could mention every moment with every teacher. And let me tell you, there's been a definite moment with every teacher. Whether it be laughing and having a good time or just downright tears like a few weeks ago, Kiara now realising that because she's 18, she can go to real jail with criminals. That was a literal moment.
Year 12. It's been fun, but yet a roller coaster. We are a disparate bunch of humans, but ultimately we get along all right. We tolerate each other. Even Jamie and Sean's odd relationship. And we work together pretty well. After all, we did manage to raise $3,000 for our Year 12 charity, Mido, and we've organised a whole lot of fun activities and wellbeing events. We've really enjoyed our time, especially our senior years. As captains, it has been a pleasure to lead you in this tumultuous year. Junee High School is progressive. It opens up so many opportunities for those who don't believe is a place where you can go grow. Oh wait, sorry, I read the wrong line. For those who don't believe us when we say that, go knock on Miss Bunyan and Miss Asmus's door. Junee High is a wonderful place where you can grow and be safe, and that feeling is created by the wonderful people who are the staff members at this school.
We'd like to give a special shout out to Mrs. Anderson, or as we know her, Miss Bigger. Mr. Anderson, we get it, we know you paid a lot of money for that name, but let us do it this once. And also to Mrs. Gagan for taking us a bunch of reckless, fun, snappy, aggressive, moody, sassy people on. You could probably think of many other words to describe us. We appreciate the two of you.
And to our peers sitting up here on stage with us today, you've made it. We made it. 13 years of schooling and 6 years of knowing each other, coming up from each local primary school, or even the ones that have joined us along the way, to get to this massive milestone. We've created friendships that will last a lifetime. We've been through hardship, and we've been through some of the best times of our lives. Jake and I would like to wish each and every one of you the best with your exams and whatever you choose to do in your life in the many years to come. As captains, we've come to realise that we're all a part of this leadership team. From the moment we gave our captain speeches to choosing our Year 12 charity, it really has been a team effort. We would like to congratulate the unexpected people stepping up. Lil, we're talking about you. We would like to congratulate you for taking on the load that being a Year 12 student is, which is what everyone in this year has accomplished. Well done and keep up the good work.
Teachers and staff, we thank you all so much, and we all hope that each and every one of us has made an impression on both your personal lives and teaching careers. Well, we hope it was a good impression anyway. We thank you. Love from Year 12, class of 2020.
I'll now get Eiley and Sunny to announce the teacher gifts.
Okay, so the first gifts are to Lisa, Tash, Lucy, Sonia, Jenny, Juanita, and Mrs. Cooper. What is that?
Lee's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few. Do you want to give them the box? Give them the box.
Marie, thank you for all your awesome food, and your curry puffs are honestly the bomb.
Mrs. Crane.
Beck, just something special from Belle and Jake.
Miss Pocock.
Mr. Turner.
Mr. Frazier.
Miss Turvey.
Oh no, thank you. That's awesome. You.
We know you'll love it.
Mr. George, we got you something special. Can't really explain it.
Mr. Anderson.
Mrs. Elford.
Mrs. Francis. We'll slow down.
Mr. Khan.
Mr. Fellows.
Mr. Bedford.
Mr. Lagan, for the next time you and Jamie get into a water fight. He's not here, so you can go, Miss Ryan.
Miss Orellana.
Mrs. Bunyan.
You said that.
Yeah, okay. Miss Hounsell, the CAFS girls remember you telling them you have no hobbies, so you now got a Liv's hobby box.
Mrs. Spear.
Can you just say Miss? Miss Highland. Miss Ford, because your initials spell out KFC from Standard English. We didn't get you chicken.
Miss Asmus, always belting us in English with the truth stick. So we got you one practical and one impractical. Please pick one.
And Miss Gagan, because leopards are neutral, that goes with anything.
Ms. Gagan, the 2020 Students' Year Advisor, will now farewell the Year 12.
Good morning, Year 12 staff, students and parents at home. The best part about being a teacher is getting to share our lives and time with you, the students. The relationships that exist between us changes as you move through the years and reach different milestones, and that's something that should be cherished. I have been lucky to have been your teacher in various classes over the years and to then take on the role as your year advisor for 2020. Holding Microsoft Teams year meetings were always interesting with you, and even though your taste in music is questionable, I've enjoyed the banter and silliness that abounds when you're brainstorming fundraising ideas. Year 12. To me, the memory of visiting you all at your primary schools and hosting your welcome barbecue is as fresh as the time I took you to Fitzroy Falls for Year 11 camp just last year. I remember your little faces arriving here on your first day of big school, some keen and others very nervous. Over the years, we've done a lot. I clearly remember the Sydney excursion for Year 7 camp, which is my baptism of fire as your year advisor. We had attitude and arguments, medical emergencies, the facing of fears when attempting to conquer the zip lines at Urban Jungle, spew, adventures, and the camaraderie that I believe has been somewhat the trademark of your high school careers. I should have known. From continuously being the year with the most negative wellbeing entries up until Year 10, to the almost model citizens we see here today, you've come a long way. Over the years, we've lost students from our year group to other schools and job opportunities, but we've gained some great ones too. Each of you have brought your own dynamic to our year group and have taught me, Mrs. Anderson, and each other so much. Sometimes this lesson was that the world is changed by your example, not by your opinion. Other times it was just tolerance. I know you will not miss Mrs. Anderson giving you another lecture about your behaviour and the content of your character in year meetings, or having lunchtime detentions with her to discuss your individual behaviours and devise strategies for successful navigation of those classes, teachers, subjects, other students or year groups you just hate. Hopefully you will remember, as Gandhi said, to be the change you want to see in the world as you go on from here. There have been some classic moments over the years, from Clean Up Australia Day at the wetlands, where some very raucous Year 7s found a pram and a microwave, to the many wellbeing activity days where we pledged to be better humans by leaving our mark on a mural, by participating in the colour run or rocking out at Day on the Green. Year 8 camp at Barambula, where the boys got into trouble for spooking the primary school kids, and we spent a lot of time playing a special table tennis game invented by Hansy. Needless to say, what happened on camp stayed at camp. We attended excursion after excursion to art galleries, sporting competitions, debating and dramatic minds, universities, and some of you were occasionally allowed to go on surf and snow trips. We loved designing our ball table and always having the best table design, or so we thought. Be proud of how far you have come. If you look around you, you will notice how many are not sitting beside you. You have accomplished something great thus far, regardless, and to say that I am proud of you all is an understatement. It was a privilege to be your year advisor for 5 years, even if somewhat challenging and maddening too. To me, you will always have a special place in my heart and will always be the epitome of Junee High School. Don't forget to come back in 8 years to open up the time capsule under the flagpole. Jake, you're in charge of that. In the words of Hannah Montana, life's what you make it, so make it rock. Okay, so back to me. Year 12, 2020, what does the future hold? As I look at you, I can see so much potential. I see future teachers and mechanics, future physios and nurses, future salespeople and electricians, people I would trust to look after my children, and people would help me with anything they could. Sorry. If we have done our job right, you've learned not only the content of the curriculum, but also how to be good people. How to be fair and honest, how to own up to your mistakes, and how to set an example for others to follow. Sorry. Be respectful and caring. Stop it. Work hard at whatever you choose to do and enjoy the life you make. I'm excited for your future of all the good things in life you are yet to experience. Enjoy your adventure and never forget that it all started here at Junee High School. We are lucky to have been part of your journey. Thank you, Year 12. Okay, so that brings us to the end, and now I would like you to stand as I present. Pardon? Okay, actually Jake and Jasmine are going to present the giant cheque to Mr. Fraser. Yep, it's just at the back. It's giant. So we officially raised $3,930.67. How did that happen? Okay, Junee High School, I would now ask you to stand as I present to you Year 12 of 2020. Mr. Fraser will give everyone their portfolio. They'll get them at the end. Aaliyah Barr. Amanda Bollingmore. Brittany Connolly. Zach Corcoran. Isabella Field. Taylor Hackett. Elena Harrison. Matthew Hindmarsh. Marvin Hutchin. Lily Mae Landrigan. Kiara Longmore. Nicole Magazzini. Shaw McLaughlin. Anthony McRae. Jake O'Rafferty. Eiley Phillipsi. Bailey Phillips. Jasmine Phillips. Jamie Wiles. Ellie White. Ethan Witten. Hamish Wishart. And Sunny Zhao. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Year 12 2020.